Okay, so we are now live on the Game Engine Coding series, and we are continuing with the debug class, and on the list was Box2D shape rendering toggle. So if we go on to probably player at the moment, might be. Can close some of this other stuff down. I remember doing the rapid button movement stuff as well. That's been a little while ago as well. Jesus, so it's all been a little while ago. Okay, so if we go on to the player, no, that's not using Box2D. Could the splash state be using something to do with Box2D? Physics world. This. Okay, so we'll open up the physics world here as well. Ren Ninja says hey yo, Ren Ninja. Okay, so got no drop frames, which is good stuff. And so what it was, yeah, if we run this, and I don't have the scroll event anymore, so it won't even produce the boxes now. That's how it was before. I can remove this. Okay, so if we go back to a slightly older version of the project to get some of the older code, and if we go on to it'll be game splash state, if we go to history, you know, like a few days should suffice really, or this is a couple of weeks, 3 weeks ago, but that should get the job done for what we need. What is it? Where am I even on now? I want to open the actual splash state. Yeah, so that's what we want here. That's what we wanted right there. So that's in the poll input. Herdingen says hello, how are you? Hopefully you're having a good day. Why is there an extra set of brackets there? That was weird. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Okay, so let's give this a run. So when we scroll, it should just produce a physics-based box where we scroll. But you can see that little box around the box is a debug thing. I wanted to enable and disable that. So if we have a look, if we go on to, so the debug thing is based on, so if we look at the box, there's the box texture. Is that it? I think it might just be that there. I've got a is enabled thing, so maybe I was already, you know, part doing it. Yep, so that bit is better. And if I go to, I'll be false here. And run it. I'm fine, thank you. Fine, thanks. How are you? I'm very good. And code bit cookie said hello to you too. Okay, so and okay, here we go. yeah, we want to keep these diagnostic tools open, so we want to make sure the RAM isn't going, you know, usage isn't going off the chart or something crazy like that. So yeah, we only want it to open when we run it. So if I was to run it, it opens up the diagnostic tools. Okay, so that's fine. And so that will show draw debug data, but should we have something more specific? Actually, saying that, we got the world is a B2 world, so nothing really special about that. Okay, so we got, what we could have is in the debug, like an enable and disable physics thing. So in the debug, we've got is enabled, but what we could say, no, not this, bool underscore is physics, not is physics enabled, but is physics debug enabled. Physics enabled, that's just for the debug. I think like by extension, if it's debug, yeah, that's fine. Okay, that here tracks the debuggers physics drawing, what is it called, the physics debug drawing enabled status. Okay, so in the is enabled, where do we, okay, yeah, here's the constructor. I was gonna say, where the hell is the constructor? Then we're gonna say underscore is physics enabled equals start state. We'll put it all as true. Well, now we'll just do another one. Hash define physics underscore start underscore state, which is true. Physics underscore start state equals true. And we need one for is enabled, blah blah blah. I guess we need toggles as well. Enable, disable, toggle. Okay, is enabled. Guess we need all of these. Enable physics. Toggle physics, is physics enabled. Enable the physics debugger, physics debug drawer, debug drawing. Okay, so that's almost done. We're just gonna copy and paste this. And we're just gonna grab hold of this. Enable physics, disable physics, toggle physics, and is physics. And last but not least, we're just gonna copy that, replace that there, replace that there, replace it here. place it here and replace it here. So now we have the physics, and so if I was to go to physics world instead, and here we're gonna say is physics disabled, enabled. By default he'll be true. So afterwards we will actually be saying underscore data debug disable physics. Okay, so let's give this another run. I know you can press that retry button. I always end up forgetting to press that instead. Okay, there we go. We are producing a lot of these. Begin to lag now. That's a lot that we had just produced, to be fair. Okay, so table physics done. Obviously we can, but obviously physics world is something that we've created. I'm pretty positive of it. If we go to the folder view, engine game, yeah, physics was stuff we've created, so it's up to us whether we want to check if the debug's enabled as well, and only then do the physics enabled. Actually no, I think that's a good way of just disabling everything then. So what we'll say is we're gonna wrap this in an if statement. I'm gonna say not this, sorry. It's only the one that we need to change, and that's the is physics enabled. So let's say if underscore is enabled, then we would simply return the physics status. Else we would do return underscore return false, or is enabled, which is false as well. Okay, so we got that done. So this ensures that if we run this, and if we were to disable the physics as well, so if we was to disable the physics as well, I mean just the, not the physics, the debug, it would disable the Box2D stuff. There we go. Okay, so now that we've got that done, we've gone the to do, we've done that one. So this is a really important one that I wanted to get done. So print cast anything string at the moment, you only set strings. Okay, so what the idea is, if we pass a string to the debug log, or the static log for that matter, it'll log it out. But if we wanted to pass, let's say, value that had been returned, let's say that was a number, like a float variable, for example, from some function call, and print that out, we can't use the log method because it won't put it into the string. So we want to say that if I say all minor data, like core data types, like strings, integers, or any type of number really, characters, boolean. Those are the 4 or so main ones. As long as this gets a data type like that, the log method can work. So essentially want to convert anything into a string. So that's basically what we want to do now. Let's have a look. I haven't been on the website for a while. Access denied. Why is that, mate? Fair enough. Okay, so if we Google C++ pass integer to pass any data type as parameter. Templates, that could potentially work. Template type name T. Let's try that. Template. That error message was useless. Absolutely useless. So here is where we would put T. And here is where we would put T. Do we need to put the here as well? So template type name T. And maybe this will work. Let's have a look. Splash state. So we'll just print off. See, mouse button.x is a float, I believe. The integer? Okay, it's an integer. But if I do data, no, it's underscore data, debug log, and then if I was to say event dot mouse button dot x, don't like that. Is it because I'm doing the other const? Let's have a look, see what happens. For starters, we need to go back to regular view. Want to check something out here? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I wonder if that was the issue. Let's get rid of the const. Who expects 3x4? The others were. Now you need one for the category, don't you? You definitely need one for the category. I'll change it back to const and whatnot after. After if I see if this works or not. What the hell is noisy moaning about now? Let me just do that. It was working fine. I suddenly just start working. I know he's messing with some Box2D stuff, but could just be this line. Okay, that works. Try running that. Okay, so it does not like. I must be doing the template stuff wrong then. C++ class with template method parameters. I must be doing the implementation incorrect. Okay, so class. Okay, so let's see what we get. No, it's still the same. Still moaning. Do I need it here then or not? I guess I do. Gotta have it above. Let me have a look the way they did. So they had it above. Then where the method is as well. Are you going to play Cyberpunk 2077 when it comes out? It's already out, but are you talking about on PS5? If that's what you're referring to, then yes. Obviously, the PS5 upgrade has not been released yet. That's what I'm waiting for. Plus, I'm in the middle of a bunch of other games as well. To be fair. Yeah, without the bugs. Getting a bit confused here. Did I? Can you see what I'm doing wrong with the template stuff? Yeah. It always ends up happening. You catch up and then you got a bunch of other games that you need to go through as well. Yeah, that's pretty old, that one is. Good game though, man. Good game. But couldn't really want to remaster of that. It's like, keep dreaming, boy. Keep dreaming. Yeah, just having some issue with the template stuff. Just giving me errors. Okay, that's what we want right there. To do this thing there. Maybe if I do that. Let's get rid of this being a constant reference, just in case they're messing something up. I removed it before, but I made a few changes since then. I'll try back to type name if it doesn't work. Illegal use of explicit template arguments. I put it the wrong place, so I did. Good way if I was to put it here. Do they all need it then? Yes, this does not seem to be working here. Any suggestions? To get any of that. Oh, am I signed in? Yeah, I'm signed in. template type name T. That's what we kind of want right there. T asterisk type name. Let's give it a run. Let's see what we get. Question is it only when you call in it that it's messing up? Nope, got some errors. So it's on the call. It's messing up. Not matching any overload. Const int. Yeah, now there's no constant. Yeah, I mean, I could just have 3 different instances of it, but that's not what I wanted to do. This means nothing. Let me get rid of that. It's still moaning here? Yeah, it still is. No, see, no longer moaning here, but it's still going to give me an error. I'll just cast it. C++ cast to string. Yeah, I'm not having any luck. I'm gonna reverse back and just have multiple ones. Okay, so the reason I'm trying to template is message isn't always going to be a string, because if I wanted to print out, you know, like an integer value, I want to be able to log that out, because I want to get away from use like you know, the cout stuff, unless I want to format a log. If I just want to log something out, I might just want to log out a number. Sometimes I do, so I want to be able to print out a number. So that's the reason I was trying to template it, but this ain't working. So I'm just gonna, if you got a solution, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go old school and just go the overloaded function route. Okay, so now let's message to print. Let's do it like this. So we need one for integer. Long. We need one for a double. We need one for a char. And we need one for a bool as well. Okay, so now let's have a look at this. We need 5 in total. 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is going to be long. This is going to be a double. This is going to be a char. And this is going to be a bool. Okay, so let's do it for the log static as well. Message to print. 3, 4, 5. And we're going to need a long. Char, and I'm gonna have a bool. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is gonna be a long, then a double char and float. Double char, not float, I mean bool. A boolean. A bool. Get a bool. Better. What was that thing for the soprano? That meat thing there. Gabagool. Does the bool alpha basically make it print off a true or false instead of 1 or a 0? Is that basically what it does? I'll have a look at that in a second. So whether you want a long or a double. I guess the double is a bit, I guess the other one's a bit redundant. He'll just be a decimal point which, you know, just won't have anything. Not that big of a deal, I guess. Okay, so I'll have a look at that bool thing in a second. Let me just get this working as is. Let's see if this works. I know. Still more than one instance, so you could go to for now. Let me just get rid of that one. I'll put, was it std : alpha bool? You said bool alpha. I've heard of this before. Sounds pretty exotic. It doesn't seem to be working. C++ bool alpha data type. Bool alpha. How do you mean? Let me comment this stuff out first. Let me comment these two. Yeah, how do you mean her? How do you mean Indy? Ah, see what you mean now. Let me just get it working, then I'll move on to the bool stuff. Okay, yeah. I'll get you now. Okay, yeah. So we can actually. Okay, so that's good. That's that working. Let's do the bool one. The bool. The bool one, and you were saying if here, no here, if we basically do std : bool, something like that. I think you were saying. You gotta spell it correctly though. If I copy that, paste that here, paste that here, paste that here. It's gonna give me an error, isn't it? Because it doesn't know which one to call. It's gonna give me an error anyway because there was a okay, so yeah, let me Google this. C++ overloaded function bool and double. So the only other solution is to have it for all data types then? To have one for int as well, or long. No, but then you need it for int as well, you need it for long. This is just becoming too much. Oh, is this too much redundant code? Just trying to think. C++ pass into as a string parameter. I think that's it. That's not what we want. Let's see what all the C++ data types are. Just to get a confirm this. So we got int, float, double, char, bool, string, int, float, and double. Okay. What about long? Why haven't they put a long on here? Or long? You got long. Yeah, this was that's too. No, I'm not doing it for like over like 10, 15 plus data types. Forget that at all. I don't know, man. I'm gonna skip this feature then. Not doing it like that at all. That's what I said. It just seems like a nasty solution. As her was saying, it's like don't think it's as important. SPD would do all automatically for you. You just give it your data and it puts it out. Yeah, I still get moan because you can't find one. And if it was an actual string, it would be calm. What did that? It would be fine. We'll get this error. Close. So let's have another look at spdlog. This is moaning now. What was the oh, that's just the fact that spelling was incorrect. Yeah, so let's have another look at spdlog. spdlog. Okay, so what is the installation for this bubble? I think we're due for a commit, to be fair. Let's do a commit. Okay, so Debug Class physics debug drawing toggle. Okay, so commit to master. This is the disaster. Okay, 625. There we go. Okay, so is it just a matter of including the file? Okay, so header only. Let's have a look then. Let me give this a download. 1.82. Show in Finder. You see what I had there, huh? Did you see it? was to include, would they include everything else that we need? I guess so. Okay, so if we got the header, we got the source files. No, C++. spdlog tutorial. I wonder how Cherno did it. Let's have a look. What are these guys doing?
Hey, what's up guys? My
Jesus.
name is Shono. Welcome back to my game engine series. So last time we took a look at entry points and how we actually had to kind of define an entry point for both our engine and our in the name. Okay? So for this we're actually going
Yeah,
to
you did spdlog alone.
okay?
Fair enough.
And that's going to be our core logger. We're also going to make one for that's really kind of annoying. What I want to do instead is create some nice macros that make this really easy to kind of use, okay? So what I'm going to do, like
What's the latest head of videos? Why might assert be considered undefined if you hashtag include CAssert? Was that on the actual call of? Like, what line was that error triggered on? Okay, so let's see what we're doing. External libraries. Don't think is it Windows specific. I'm gonna assume that it isn't. Code engine external. Cross-platform, good to know. See what happens if I was to include, if I was to, let's say, put this one here. Instead of Windows, it's gonna be just external libraries. Let's put that there. See what happens when I do that one. And if I was to, in here, put cross, no, let me just put in. I'm going to delete everything apart from the include and the source. Just trying to think, where should I copy and paste it to? Let me see if this works. So if I was to say hashtag include spdlog include spdlog what's the error file? This cannot open source file. I'm gonna give it a build just in case it disappears when I build it. Fatal error, no such file. There we go. It does not like that file. Doesn't like this. Let me try putting it in. If I do is spdlog / include / spdlog / include / no, let's just leave it at that. Let's try that now. So if I get rid of this, get rid of this one, what happens now? We're going to find out in a second. Running. So now let's have a look. If I was to try and do something, so if I was to do spdlog, again, I don't know the implementation, so I need to have a look. I'm guessing something like spdlog ::, but .info. So it does it time based as well. Do I need to initialize the logger? Seems like I've got it working with just a static implementation. At least part of it, maybe some of it won't. So can I just put a number in there? Can I do it? Can I do it? I like this time stamped as well. That is cool. Yeah, I didn't think of that feature. Go to definition, type name. Yes, this is basically what I was trying to do. But, it was a good suggestion, It was a good suggestion. Okay, so we got that. Should I leave in the debug class? Should I put it in the what's it called class? Yeah, I'll leave it there. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Okie dokie. You can set another pattern. Oh, that's pretty cool. Again, you know, that's there. It's implemented, and we'll tweak it. We'll look into it. But I'm happy to say that is now done. Okay, so let me give this a build and then a fat commit. Pardon me. You can use your spdlog class as a wrapper around spdlog. Do you mean like anything that gets passed into the debug class, send that over to the spdlog as well? Is that what you're saying? Like, yeah, I guess we could do that as well. Is that what you're saying? That shouldn't be that hard to implement. It should only be on the log method. Everything else we shouldn't have to touch. Okay. I'll have a look at that. Let me just push this over to Origin. I will be back. Oh, that's all done. I was expecting that to take a little bit longer. So if we go over here and if we do an spd log, for here, if we just did, how do we do an spd log without new line? Spd log, no new line. Spd log. Can you do that, her? Look here. spd log logger No, but the new line thing, I want it dependent on what the user puts in. So if they say true or false for the new line, then you'll either do a new line or not a new line. It's not the end of the world. I could just do the SBD log for a new line one, and then the OGC out for a non-new line one if it can't be done. So let's just put it in SPD log info, and we're going to say message. Copy that and put this over here as well. And let's go over to, I already checked that out, didn't I? Yes, I already checked it out. Okay, so okay. So you're saying do something like hash define spd log underscore eol to that. Now you're saying in here for the new line one, we would need to essentially, can I do this? I always forget. Can you concatenate something like this? It's looking like we can. We'll put it here. We'll get rid of the new line tag. Copy that. Paste this over here. Let's give this a run. See what happens. So this should be on a new line. If I was to okay, so that's that working well. So if I was to say false now, it should all be on a new line then. Oh, we'll find out now. Yep, there we go. Thanks for the suggestion, Head. That really helped. Okay, so obviously I'm sure I'll add more SPD log stuff over time into this as well, and more features of it, but at least it's there and we can use it either directly or just as is. And let's get rid of that now. So let's build it. Let's just give this a commit. So we're going to say debug class converted, no, ported log method to spd log. Okay, let's push it to the origin. Now you can put your back into that message. Yeah, I tried that and it did. Huh? What do you mean back into that message? Could no. What do you mean? Could I? No, I don't see what you mean because it's still a string. Yeah, I could put it into the spd log colon if I do it directly, but I can't do it on a call here, can I? I can't do this. This will still not work. It'll give me an error. What do you mean? I've just tried it. It doesn't work. I don't see what you are meaning. Okay, so you wanted to look at. So I'll close that. I'll close that. I'll close gesture. I'll close time. Okay, I want to look at the rectangle class. I want to look at the rectangle class. So this is pretty done. Now it won't work this way. For that sort of stuff, we can directly access the spdlog. You mean it's like casting it over here? You mean like a... however it is. Okay, so the rectangle class looking pretty solid. What we need to do is port over, not port over, essentially do what we've done for the rectangle class for the sprite class. As you can see, it is very bare bones. There is very, very little you can do with the sprite class. We essentially want it like this. Yeah, so tomorrow we're going to be implementing this before the sprite class. Don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. They get on to doing circle class. How we do start circle class? No. Going to a triangle class, which we do not have yet. So circle, triangle, equilateral and vertex based. Sounds pretty cool. And then we'll be on to physics. But yeah. It is coming along nicely. And that is it. So that is it for today. I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to especially thank her for all the support and assistance provided. You know, as usual, her is always a good sport and always helps out a lot. It's always, you know, greatly appreciated. Because even though I'm the one here, even though I'm the one coding, looking at the screen, it is definitely a community effort, and without her and everyone else, we would not be getting to, you know, where we have got to, and on top of that, we wouldn't get there as fast, and it wouldn't be as good even when we get there. So very much appreciated. Really let the Advent 2020 slip. So yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. Goodbye and good night / morning / whatever time it is. Okay, so time to wrap up. I'll see everyone tomorrow for a gameplay live stream for Spider-Man Miles Morales. I'll always just post in the Discord announcement stuff so you can see it in there. And I'll be doing a game engine live stream as well. So thanks for watching. I'm going to go and have some food with the wife now, and bye bye.